Hey guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and this is my first point of view video on my new to me Honda S2000. So I don't know what order you're going to see these videos, but I just changed the battery, something you should do anytime you buy a car that's 17 years old. New tires, another thing you should do when you buy a car that has 17-year-old tires. And then you take it to inspection in New Jersey after you register it, just passed inspection with flying colors. And now you take it on a joyride on some of your favorite back roads. So what I love about the S2000, and New Jersey's roads are horribly bumpy. What I love about the S2000 is you feel like you're going fast and you're not breaking any speed limits, and that's the best part. When I had the McLaren or the 993 Turbo, obviously a little bit in the boost and you're way over the speed limit. The 993 Turbo was super scary with no stability control or traction control, and guess what? This has neither of those either. Now the AP2 doesn't have the snap oversteer that the AP1 has, and I first fell in love with the S2000 for the AP1, but I've only owned 3 AP2s. Now, if autocross was my #1 priority with this car, meaning most of the miles would be in a parking lot on an autocross, I would definitely get the AP1 because of that snap oversteer. Since I want to enjoy this at fast speeds and slow speeds, I much prefer the AP2. It's got a much more compliant suspension. I'd say it's easier to drive fast, and you can throw it in a corner at ridiculous speeds because you don't have to worry about that snap oversteer. And also I could just cruise around and have fun, which is what I like doing a lot of the time, to be honest. All right, acceleration, that's why you came here. So now we did a first shift, a second shift, and we're still not breaking any speed limits going into third. If I did that in any of my cars, we'd be way over the speed limit. Now it sounds loud in here. I'm going 40 miles an hour and it sounds like I'm going 120 miles an hour in any other car. It's very loud on the highway. It's really loud and windy if you have the windows and the top down, and that's why you get that sensation of speed. So this car, I'm not even a convertible guy, but I love the S2000 because you get all those visceral sounds. You get the sounds from the engine. You get the sounds from the wind in your hair. And what that does is when you're driving on the highway, you know, the McLaren one I had, great car, but 100 feels like 60. Even my daily driver, the M340iX drive, 100 feels like 60. And this car on the highway with the roof down, 60 feels like 100. And that's really the point of this whole car. You got a great autocross car. On the track, it's a different story. There's no aero. Above 100, this car can be very sketchy. So I see this as an autocross car, not necessarily as a track car, unless you run in a lot of tight courses. And then for safety reasons, I would get the T1 roll bar and probably a hardtop. So that reminds me, if you're gonna drive anytime you drive a VTEC car, you better have a radar detector. That's an Escort 8500. I've had that for years, since my V1 was stolen in the E46 M3. But there are certainly better radar detectors, but it suits me just fine, and I run usually Waze at the same time. So this car is just amazing. I would drive with the roof down like all the time with this car. Even in the winter, I just wear a heavy jacket. I don't drive it, of course, if there's salt on the road. And this car I just bought, so I think this is only the 3rd video we're doing with this car. But I'm taking it for the team. I have the top up and the windows down so you don't hear a ton of wind noise. But this is, don't go in front of me. Don't, oh no. This is the only thing that ruins it for when you have an S2000 or a Lotus is, you know, landscapers in front of you that are slowing you way below the speed limit. Now this car probably has the best 6-speed manual transmission ever. I think it's easy to learn on it too. You don't have the conveniences of a new one where, like, my 911 won't even stall. If it stalls, you put your foot on the clutch and restarts. My 1 Series M and the 911, they don't roll back on hills. This car and my NSX do. So it may be a little trickier to learn there, but it's actually because this car has a nice light clutch. And let's go. VTEC, yo. You can feel that VTEC kick in. It's almost like a surge of a turbo. And even driving on the back roads at like 40 miles an hour, it really feels amazing. I could do this all day. In fact, I think I'm going to do this all day. It's a nice sunny day in New Jersey. Our spring is just full of rain, pretty much. Maybe 2 sunny days a week. So I'm taking advantage of it with this car today. We passed inspection. We got our new tires. We got our new battery. So we're good just to have fun. And that's what we're going to do with this car. This car I'm keeping forever. It's only got 31,000 original miles. It's original paint. It's got PPF now. And it's just ready to go and enjoy. I could drive this all the time, every time. So like I said, great gearbox, nice short, crisp throws. I would say Porsche is pretty close to this. I had a Cayman S that had great short throws. I don't know that anything else is kind of the equal here. Even M cars probably aren't as good. Yellow definitely sticks out, guys. So if you're trying to buy this car not to stick out, you probably made the wrong choice. Another acceleration. There's that VTEC. Now this car might surprise you. It actually has electric steering. And this was back in 2000. This is a 2004, so the first year of the AP2. My NSX, the 2005, also has electric steering. Now, why did it take Porsche and BMW so many years to perfect it? Also, thumbs up, yeah. This car is was the first car to have naturally aspirated over 100 horsepower per liter. It took Ferrari to 2010 to reach that milestone. Whoops. All right, guys, so that is our short point of view video on my Honda S2000. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.